Jamison, just before we get on to the personal milestone, just your reaction to the performance and the result tonight?
Yeah, I suppose it was a little bit scrappy, wasn't it? But ultimately, I think a win in the end and bonus point was what we were looking for. So, I think we have to hand a bit of credit to Wales. I think they were pretty good tonight and stuck it to us like we knew they would, and made a proper test match out of it.
What does it mean to you to play 50 times for Ireland? And can you just tell us a bit about how the week has been and being the centre of attention of the squad?
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be a massive fan of all the goings-ons, but look, it's part and parcel, I suppose, of hitting a milestone, and understand it's important to acknowledge. So, but to your question, I think I'm hugely grateful, man, to chalk up 50 caps. I was nearly 29 when I debuted for Ireland, so had you asked me then how it was all going to unfold, I really had no idea. So I'm pretty grateful to get to this point, for sure.
It looked like Caelan wanted you to lead the team out this evening, but you maybe weren't too interested.
No, I think there'd been enough noise already, so I was happy to take my normal role.
How frustrating, Jamison, was it for you to be in the dressing room with all the Leinster players and just to be waiting on your residency to come through? Like, were you kicking your heels, or were you saying, this looks miles away? And did you nearly leave at one point on the basis that this residency was just over there in the distance?
Well, I don't think I was in the international picture, to be honest with you. I didn't play till after 4 years. I was qualified after 3, so.
So it didn't really matter that at the time when you were waiting on your residency, it wasn't on your mind?
No, I didn't think I was in the picture, to be honest with you. Obviously, Conor Murray was at his best at that stage. Marmion is around, Lukey was in the mix, so there's a few good nines already, and I probably wasn't getting the game time really to push for a spot, so it just so happened that I suppose kind of towards the COVID year and throughout the COVID year I played a bit and got a chance.
But at the same time, you threw quite the party. There was quite a hullabaloo about you when you finally got your passport. You seem to enjoy the whole concept of...
Oh, you're talking about the citizenship?
When you became eligible, your citizenship, yeah, you'd already got your passport, so they didn't come together. They were apart.
No, God, no. I was qualified to play for Ireland after 3 years.
Okay, when did you get your citizenship?
Oh,
later.
Yeah, much later.
So you didn't have a big party for your passport, but you had it for your citizenship.
Yeah. As you said, like when you made your Ireland debut, you wouldn't have thought 50 caps were on the horizon. Can you think back to that time, and did you have a goal in mind of like caps to hit? Did you have an idea of where your international career could go?
Not at all. I was just, I suppose,
happy to be there at that
Exactly. That was kind of, I suppose, not a great mindset looking back, but I didn't really, like I said, didn't think I was in the picture for a while, and then got a chance. And I suppose at that time we were probably struggling as a team as well, trying to, gain a bit of momentum and get things going. And I suppose things clicked a little bit in November of 21, and that was kind of where it really took off. But when I first got in, I was just, I suppose pretty stoked just to be in the mix and be in the environment, and be around, the caliber of player and the caliber of coach, and like I say, I was probably just happy to be there.
How much do you enjoy those moments out on the pitch after the match with the family and the kids out there?
Yeah, I love it, man. It's pretty funny. A couple of us lagging, like they probably spend as much time as I do out on their pitch, but it's great. It's great, man. I love it, and like, when I finish up and look back, I think there'll be memories I cherish. So I lap it up every time I get to do it.
Last couple of questions. We've got Nathan here. Hang on, Susanna, Ed, and then Michael to finish up. Okay.
I just have one on a similar vein. The video that went out on the Irish Rugby channels of your family, like in the stands, wishing you luck. Did you know that was coming, and did that pull up the heartstrings a little bit?
No, I didn't know it was coming. So normally I get ready to go into camp at about 3 or 4 o'clock after the day off, and my wife and the kids were leaving at the same time with Irish jerseys on, and I was like, "There's something fishy going on here." But and then the following day, Ryan showed me the video, and I was certainly caught on the hop. I didn't know it was coming, and for sure, yeah, I was pretty emotional seeing it.
Ed?
Jamison, obviously you mentioned your age there. Firstly, how sort of fit and fresh do you feel at this stage of your career, and what targets do you have going forward? I mean, are you looking to do to the World Cup next year, and what do you think you can still achieve with this Ireland team?
Yeah, I feel pretty good in my body, man. If I'm honest, pretty happy with how I'm feeling, and I suppose it takes a little bit more work if you're a player of my age. But I suppose in the same vein, I was late getting started. Like I said to you, I was nearly 29 when I debuted for Ireland, and up to that point, I probably hadn't really been the number one figure in any of the teams I was in. So I was coming off the bench a lot. So I suppose I hadn't played a lot of minutes up until then. So I don't know whether that adds in as well to the factor, but no, I feel pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the next little while. And I still feel as though there's a lot to improve on in my game and the team's game. So I suppose it's hugely exciting. Yeah.
Last question. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm already.
Okay, Michael, be the last question.
Hi, Jamison. Congratulations. Do you think, did Ireland overplay at times, especially near the end when I suppose Wales were threatening to come back? There was a couple of passes that were quite risky in strange places when maybe consolidation was better. Did you feel, is that part of the game plan, or is that stuff that guys shouldn't be doing?
Well, I suppose there's two sides to it, but we want to, we're an attacking team, and if teams give us space, we want to be able to attack it. And I think probably tonight I probably overdone it. As game drivers, we probably played a little bit more than we needed to, certainly in our own area and through the middle half of the pitch. So there's plenty to look at, but at the same time, I think there's areas we can be better at. Like we don't always just want to get to a kick, and you know what I mean. So, but yeah, certainly I think we did overplay a little bit, but there's areas we can improve on for sure.